Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I'm an expat living in Greece, and today I'm here to talk to you about the new travel restrictions that have been introduced to Greece as of this past Sunday. Now, to get into Greece, you need to take a test before your arrival. You can either take a PCR test 72 hours before your arrival or a rapid test 24 hours before your arrival. Before, if you were vaccinated, you did not need to take a test. Now you do, and this applies to everyone, whether you're vaccinated or not, and it does not matter where you're coming from. This new testing is because of the Omicron variant, and all of this is in place until January 10th. Now, there are a few other things that you should be aware of. Only certain countries are allowed to enter Greece. That's been in the place for over a year now. And all of those countries I will put in the description box below. Now, there are two other lists that you need to be aware of depending on where you're coming from. One is there's a list that if you're coming from one of those countries, you will need to take a test upon arrival. I am going to quickly go through this list. It's very long. Egypt, Albania, Argentina, Bulgaria, Brazil, Georgia, Cuba, the UAE, India, China, Libya, Morocco, North Macedonia, Pakistan, Russia, and Turkey. The testing process is pretty easy. It's a rapid test, and when I did it last year when I returned from the US, they had the whole plane test, and then you waited for everyone to get their results. Of course, most people had their results pretty quickly. They just had to wait for everyone else. I was near the end, so I only had to wait about 10 minutes, so it really wasn't a big deal. The other list that you need to be aware of is that there are 9 African countries that you need to quarantine if you're coming from there. At first, I couldn't quite understand why this list existed because none of these countries are on the allowed in list. However, if you are a Greek national or you're a Greek resident and you've been in one of these countries, you are allowed to return to Greece. So that list, which is much shorter, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Eswatini, Zambia, and Malawi. You will also need to take a test upon arrival, and then after the quarantine, they will test you again. I don't know any more specifics about the quarantine, so if you're coming from one of those countries, you should check and see what the requirements are. I don't know if it's in a hotel or if you can quarantine at home. That's definitely something you want to look into if you're arriving between now and January 10th. I think that a lot of these restrictions will stay in place even after January 10th. I definitely think the testing before you arrive, either with the PCR or the rapid test, will remain in place for a while until we know more about the Omicron variant. Now, as far as the quarantine restrictions, I'm not sure about that. I think they would like to lift those if they can. So keep in touch with my channel to see if that changes. You can either subscribe and I will either make another video sometime in January, or I will make an announcement over on my community tab, which I've been doing this whole time, or you can follow me over on Instagram. I make updates in my stories. I will also link to the Greek news website that's in English below. They don't always update the English site as quickly as the Greek site, but there will be information there. And if you want to see what it was like to enter the US with the new US travel restrictions, you can watch my latest video that's coming up on the screen now so that you can understand what that was like. I hope this was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.